Hey guys, welcome to the very first video in my Microsoft Excel series. Today we will just be talking about the window and where everything is stored within Excel so that later on when we access it everybody knows kind of where we're going. So I'm just going to start top to bottom and jump right in here. So up here in the very top left corner we have the Save button, which is extremely helpful. Another extremely helpful button is right next to it, the Go Back button, or the Undo button. It has saved my life so many times I cannot even begin to tell you. So, and then right below all these, or both of those, is the ribbon. And in the ribbon they have a bunch of different tabs to categorize the different things that Excel can do. So in the very first one is Home. Um, this will be where you edit the text of your cells and overall just what your data looks like. So right here I can change the font to just whatever I want. I mean, same fonts as in Microsoft Office or Word, sorry. Um, and you can make them bold, you can make them metallic, you can underline them, you know, and then you can also change the alignment as well. And the cool thing about Excel is not only do you change your left to right alignment with these, you can also, if the cell was bigger, you would be able to change your vertical alignment too, about where you want it. So that's some of the cool, or one little feature, little tidbit that I'm going to throw in real quick. Next tab we have is the Insert tab, and this is where you're going to throw in all your graphics, such as your charts, your graphs, your tables, and each one of them has its own advantages, but we'll get into that in a different video. So your page layout is going to be basically affects how things are printed. So you have your print margins, your orientation, so do you want a portrait, which is long ways, or do you want it landscape, which is really wide. You can also throw in page breaks for where you want the first page to end and where the next page to begin for printing purposes. You can choose to throw in grid lines on the paper that you print, or you can just turn them off just when you're seeing it every day. I obviously don't, or I definitely don't like this because it's really hard to see where each cell is, and when you have a lot of data it gets really annoying. So that's it on the page layout tab. In the formulas tab, this is like what Excel is known for. This is where all of the things that you can do, like all the math, all the search functions, everything you want to do, it would be within this formulas tab. So this is going to be a really helpful tab for now. Later on, once you get really good, you'll be able to you'll know all the functions and you can just type it out without actually looking them up. In this one, we have our data tab, which is how you're going to be able to manipulate data. So you can filter different cells, and so if you have a lot of dates, you're able to come down here and just select which dates you want to look at, or put them in order, whatnot. In this tab we have a bunch of useless stuff. I've never actually used this tab in the entire time I've used it, or I've used Excel, so this one's really not that important. In this tab we have how the window actually looks to you, so you can zoom in, you can turn off or turn on grid lines, and various awesome features like that, and you can really personalize what Excel looks like to you. Down here we have our cells. This is basically where all your data is going to be. Actually turn off that filter that I put on. So down here you have all your data. So you're going to be able to put in each cell, you can put in different stuff. You can put in numbers, you can put in words. That's not a word. Hat, that's a word. And then each cell has an address that it has. So its columns are labeled by letters, and its rows are numbered. And this allows you to say, okay, so in G3, I want to put a 7. Okay, G3, there's a 7 now. So it gives you a specific place that each amount or each group of data is stored. So those are the cells. Down here, you can have multiple sheets actually. So each sheet is its own page or own file almost. So in sheet 1, there's absolutely nothing. I, for some reason, have been doing everything in sheet 2, and so that's where you see all the data. You can add more sheets. I think there's a limit to how many sheets you can have open at one time, but I don't really know that for sure. Then you have your scroll bars, and then you have your zoom, little helpful zoom. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the Excel window. On my next video, I'll be talking about some of the ways you can manipulate this stuff, and we'll get started soon.